Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending where you're coming from. Welcome back to Lakeland, Vale. It's been a while since we've been here, so it's late spring now. We've got some fields planted. We've got crops growing, as you can see in the background there. And you may remember that we've got a couple of fields that we're probably going to have a problem with because we planted them too early when it was still a little bit cold. In fact, the temperature is still a little too low for the corn and soybeans that I was hoping to grow in these two fields. We have weeds here that I need to take care of, but I have a feeling that I'm going to need to replant these fields anyway. We're now in the right time of the year to plant soybeans and corn. We're in late spring, day 3 of spring. I've got 3-day seasons going. But we need a minimum temperature of 50 Fahrenheit and soil temperature, that is, and it's still 48 Fahrenheit right now. So I'm going to wait and see what happens. Once it gets 250, which it should by tomorrow in game time, then we'll see if it starts to grow. But I think at that point it's going to tell me that germination failed and I'll have to replant. But the pH and everything is looking good on that field. Yeah, actually, let's take a look here at the map. So again, just to recap, we own fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. So on 4, we've got wheat. On 2 and 3, I talked about already. Field 1 is grass. Field 10, we recently planted alfalfa to help feed our sheep. And field 9 is potatoes. And then we just bought field 6 recently, which has oats already planted. Let's see, and we can check our growth states on these fields. So everything is growing that we've planted so far, except for 2 and 3. That says planted. But like I said, I think it's probably going to say germination failed once we get to the right temperature there. Yeah, and we need to do weeds on field 2. Field 1 needs to be plowed. We didn't plow that, but since that's only growing on since that is only growing grass, I probably won't bother. And then if we look at our values on precision farming, we can see nitrogen. Now, from the screen, you can see what the nitrogen levels are, but it doesn't really tell you if it's good or bad from this screen. Like we can see on field 10, it looks like we probably are going to need more nitrogen. Now, I did find on the web, on Reddit somewhere, I found a chart that shows the target nitrogen level for each crop, depending on the soil type. So we can see on field 10, I've got silty clay, and alfalfa is not included on this chart because that's not a base game crop. So yeah, so I don't know what I need for field 10, but we can warp over there. There we go. Now we're close to field 10. So here's our sheep. They seem to be doing well. Okay, yeah, so we can see the pH value for alfalfa is perfect at 7. Nitrogen it doesn't say anything about, so maybe I need to come over here and try to fertilize it and see what happens. And then field 6, which is the one we just bought, the nitrogen is good for oats. I checked that, but pH is a little bit low. So I'm going to see if I can spread some lime on... I mean, I don't think you would spread lime on growing crops in real life, would you? I'm guessing not. So I think I'll just leave it for the sake of realism. I don't think you would be dumping lime on a field where crops are already growing in real life. So, so what does that leave us to do right now? We can, I think we can take care of our animals. So let's clean up the sheep pen. And we had talked about getting into pigs as well, which is why I'm growing such a variety of crops on these fields, because I want to get... Well, that's a little too high. And now it doesn't pick up. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm planning all that stuff for the pigs so that I can make pig feed. Okay, and then we can just dump that back in, and we're good with that. So let's check on our animal status. Sheeps. Okay, we've got 45 sheep. They need alfalfa. Somebody told me you can buy alfalfa here on the farm, so I'm going to try that. There's no next animal in number yet, so that means that these guys are not in a reproductive state yet. But we are getting wool, as we can see over here. Whoops. We're starting to collect some wool. It's not a lot. Once we get a few pallets here collected, then we can push it over here into this zone where it gets sold. And I think we're doing okay on water too. Yeah, we're doing okay on water. Could use a fill up soon. All right, so the animals are good. Let's check. I'm going to see if I have any alfalfa in my silos, because you do start the game with some stuff. Actually, I have 10,000 liters of milk that I can sell, even though I don't have any cows. So I'm just looking to see if I have any alfalfa to start the game with. No, I don't. 0 liters on the alfalfa. But I do have 15,000 liters of pig feed. Or is that compost? That might be... Oh, there's pig food. Yeah, I have 15,000 liters of pig food already, so... but I don't have a lot of money. Let's see, what does it cost to buy pigs? Let's run over to the pig pen. Maybe we can buy a few pigs right now and just use the pig feed that I've got in the silo to get them started. And I should be able to buy more if I start to run low before I can start producing my own. Just have to get to the... I think this is the buy point. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a choice of different breeds here. We've got the Yorkshire, fast growing, but needs a lot of capital. Okay, it's fast growing, but it's expensive. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Gloucestershire? I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me with that. I know that when you say it, it doesn't sound as long as it really is. Anyway, that one is slower growing, but cheap. Okay. Spotted. In the middle, I guess. And Berkshire. Also fast growing. Known for their flavorful meat. Okay. So, which one should I get? Any thoughts in chat? The Yorkshires are large animals, aren't they? 419 pounds, 53 for the old spots. Gloucestershire. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Well, I think we should get the big ones. Let's get some Yorkshires. And then there are male and female, so I don't know if I need to buy some of each to get them to reproduce. It doesn't say. Let's buy 10 of these Yorkshires just to get things rolling. Hey Zerzinda. Glad you could make it to the stream this time. Glad to have you all here. And thanks for the follow. And Frog Basher, thanks for helping me with the pronunciation of Gloucestershire. I have a brother that lives in the Northeast, and they have a lot of towns there that the name doesn't look anything like it's pronounced. Over there in New England. Okay, so now that we got pigs, we'll have to give them some water. So let me go get the water tank. And we'll be doing all this while we wait for our crops to grow. Let me accelerate time a little bit. Go back to 5x. So we'll go over to the sheep area and pick up our water tank. I think I gotta go in this way. Yeah. A farm sim speed run? Or Factorio? I'm just kidding. Is that too loud? Let me turn down the volume a little bit. That sounds like it's a little too loud. Whoops. We'll drop it down to 30%. There we go. I think that's better. Yeah, we can do that one of these Factorio Fridays. We can do a quote-unquote speed run. Okay, we'll give the rest of the water here to the sheep since they needed some anyway. And then we got to figure out where to fill this thing up because this tank was full to begin with. Hey Sid, I don't have it installed right now. I did install it a couple weeks ago and it wasn't working properly. I couldn't get it to work. Like I could hear the music through my headphones, but it wasn't being broadcast. So I'm gonna have to try again to get it working. There should be a windmill somewhere on the map, and I think that's where I fill water. Geez, where is it? I'm gonna have to look for the water fill point. Bear with me a second while I do that, guys. It's not there. Is it over here? There it is. That's where we get water. Yeah, I think I could clear 4 hours. Well, I know I can. I've done it before. I think my best time was like 3.5 hours. Just playing by myself. But I couldn't count it as a speed run because number one, I didn't record it, and number two, I didn't do it all at one sitting. You know, I did like half of it, and then I saved it, and then on another day I did it again. Shoot. I think this is the water fill point. Maybe it's not. Okay, it's not. I need to get water somewhere else. Oh, you know what? Maybe at the supply place. Let's see if this will give me water. You know what? And I'm not getting a fill queue here. Okay, so that must mean that I can't get water there. Well, there is a stream and a pond. What do I think the best time I could do? Like, if I tried to do it right now without practice or planning, I could probably do 4.5 hours. Let's see if I can fill up here. Yeah, here we go. Free water. Sweet. All right. This is for the piggies. Let's see, is this the water or the food? This is the water. Okay. And I will, whoops, let's finish this actually. And then I'll just leave the tank here. Now you can see the pigs take a lot more water than the sheep do. Okay, and then let me get my tipper and we'll get some pig feed. Actually, let's see. I think I only have a fairly large tipper. Oh, okay, perfect. I've got that agroliner. That's perfect for this. Because then I can just put all the pig food in there. I can unload it, and then I can just leave the tipper over by the feed, and I won't need that for harvesting crops or anything, since it's fairly small. Yep, here it is over here. I'm just gonna back in there. Hey, old Gus, good morning. Welcome back. Playing again on Lakeland Vale. Later on in the stream, I might switch maps. I've been playing on Flint Hills, which is a map that's I think it's supposed to represent Iowa. Is it Iowa? Or maybe it's, I can't remember now. I can't remember which state. Maybe it's Wisconsin. Anyway, it's one of those states that's known for having lots of farms. Okay, Iowa, yeah. That's kind of what's sticking in my head right now. But anyway, on that map, I just own one gigantic field, and I planted corn on it, and it'll be ready to harvest soon. And I think it might be fun to play on that too, and get several harvesters going at the same time. Just to give you an idea of the size of the field, I had two machines. I had two machines planting the field with the largest corn planters that are available in the game, and it still took about 2.5 hours to complete it. I think is it field 9? Yeah, it's the one just to the right of the main farm. Okay, let's see here. How do I unload? I think I need to change the tip side. There we go. Tip side is left. Okay. Yeah, so we didn't use too much. We'll close the cover and detach. Yeah, 9 is huge. So I'll show that to you guys later. After a couple hours, I'll probably need to take a break, and then when I do that, I'll load up the other map, and we can play on that one a little bit. Okay, let's see here. So now pigs, I think they also need straw. Yes, they do. So you can see that pig food consists of corn, grain, protein, and starch. Right? So you make a mixture of corn, either wheat or barley, or combination of both. Soybean, canola, and sunflowers provide the protein, and then you can throw in potatoes, sugar beets. And you'll notice it also says potato washed and potato steamed. There's a machine on Stevie's map that you can buy machines that'll wash and steam potatoes. I'm not sure if that helps the pigs at all, but it's an option. Okay, but we do need straw. And for that, it would be nice to have... Oh, you know what? I can use my loading wagon to pick up some straw. I know I have some of that in the silo, and we can always gather more straw when we harvest the wheat as well. That was the other reason for planting wheat, is to get some straw. And then once we start getting manure from the pigs, we can use that in those greenhouses to grow some plants. And that'll give us some additional income. Passive income. Well, I don't know. It's mostly passive. You still have to you still have to give it the materials. Okay. Sorry guys, my loading wagon is up here. Went to the wrong place. Here it is. And I'm just going to load in a little bit of straw. Shouldn't need too much. Okay, well, I only have a little bit of straw to begin with, so I'll just load it all. Okay, Mac, good morning. How you doing? Glad you could come and hang out with us today. I'm glad to be back. Hope everybody had a nice Christmas. Mine was pretty nice. It was really good. It was smaller than it usually is. Usually I go visit my parents at Christmas time, but we couldn't do that this year. So it was just me, my wife, and my son. But it was nice. And then we made a big dinner on Christmas Day. So it was good. Okay, so I think animals are good to go for now. Yeah, we're pretty much all set on the animals. So I think the main thing now is to see what's going to happen with our corn and soybeans. So there's probably not much more that we can do on this game day, so I'm going to fast forward a bit. Now, I do have a mod installed that allows me to fast forward the time. So I'm going to use that. But I haven't used it on stream before. Hopefully it won't do anything weird. Let's see, that's field 1. This is our grass field. Yeah, and it's field 2 and 3 over here that we need to watch out for. Yeah, I agree, K-Mac. It was nice to... this is like the first year ever that we haven't traveled during Christmas. So it was nice just to kind of spend it at home this time, even though we didn't get to see everybody. So, all right. So I'm going to fast forward. So if you watch the clock, you can see what happened. It goes at like 2,000, the normal speed or something like that. Cy Davies or Sid, yeah, I'm not sure how your name's pronounced, but thanks. I'm glad you like the series. Old Gus, I've been playing, if you mean in general, I've been playing Farm Sim since FS15 came out. I haven't done a lot of it on YouTube or, you know, and obviously I'm just getting started with Twitch, so it's mostly just been something that I play on my own. And Alex R, Cooper is doing okay. Yeah, thanks for asking. Anyway, he's, I don't know what his deal was the other night, but he seems to be fine. I don't know what it is. He's, we got Cooper from a shelter, and he's always been a little bit neurotic, so he's a good dog, but sometimes he's a little strange. What did I want to check? Oh, I wanted to check my growth state on 2 and 3. Yeah, see, it still just says planted. It should be growing by now because the temperature is right. So I think I'm going to replant those 2 fields. Cy Davies. Okay, thank you. Now we have 2 SIDs in here. Okay, and I missed whatever that was. Unique. Thanks for following. Sorry, I missed that. Okay. So let's go get my planter and let's replant those 2 fields. Alfalfa's growing now. I can't get out over here. Getting more wool. I think most of the wool comes in the spring, so we probably won't get a lot of wool in this game year. But in the next game year, we should get a lot. I think the sheep do most of their reproduction and wool production in the spring, which makes sense. You know, in the winter it gets cold, they grow a lot of wool, and then in the spring you shear it. Planters are in the other place. This is all grass stuff. Yellow Gus, this is one of Stevie's maps. You're absolutely right. So you've been playing Farm Sim for a long time too, huh? Which one do I want to use? Let's use this. This is the corn planter, I think. Can I do corn with this? Yeah, I can. But this one, I don't know if this one takes fertilizer too. Anyway, this is a smaller seeder. I think, yeah, actually I think this type of machine is not typically used to plant corn. But Stevie's got some of the stuff modified so that you can do that. And this one will also fertilize at the same time, but I don't want to do that. And it's not giving me the option to fill. Let me try that again. Maybe I'm just not in the right spot. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to fill seeds, but I'm not going to add fertilizer since the fields are fertilized already. Oh. I own 15. Do you find 19 would be a good progression to buy? Oh yeah. Yeah, 19 is, I think, is a huge improvement over 15. As far as what you get, I mean, obviously you get new maps, you get new equipment, but there's also new mechanics. You know, like in 15, I don't think there's any requirement to plow your fields. And I keep going the wrong place. I think I can drive through these bushes over here. No, I can't. Jeez. I'm just going to drive around the farm for a while. Hey, Dr. Von Panda, good morning. Yeah, the graphics are better. The physics, you know, is a little better. So, if you like 15, I would say that upgrading to 19 is definitely worth it. Okay, now this field was corn. Okay, so we're going to plant corn again over here. And I think I'll just do it manually, since we don't have a lot of other stuff to do. Now that we got the temperature and the season is right, it's not working. You see my seed is still at 100%. I think I'm going to have to cultivate the field first, and then to get rid of the old seed, and then plant it again. Alright, let's see if I have another tractor I could employ here. This guy would work. Let's use the Challenger. Okay, so we'll get our cultivator so we can kind of undo what we did before. How do you find precision? It's a DLC. I mean, it's really kind of like a mod, but yeah, you should be able to get the precision DLC from either from the mod hub. I think you can probably download it in-game as well. Whoops. Let's get this lined up. I will use a worker for this. Get it straight. All right. Starting over. And I think we should still be able to retain all of our nitrogen levels and stuff. I want to unselect that huge area because it's... there we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the pH is staying the same. Nitrogen is staying the same. Okay. Okay, so then while that's running, I'll follow behind it with my seeder. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I like the overlay too. Although it is covering up some of the farm sim interface. You know, there's a few icons that are getting covered up, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. All right, let me get out of the way. I'll give him a minute to get a couple passes ahead of me. Yeah, guys, the precision DLC is free. You can just download it like a mod. You don't have to pay for it. Yeah, and I agree with you, Cy Davies. Okay, now let's see what it shows my field status as. Okay, cultivated. All right, let's try this again. hopefully it'll take this time. Alright, let's turn it on. Lower. Okay. And now we're putting down fresh seed. Lift. Oh, and then I have to turn around and get lined up again. Doing this manually is harder than it looks, and it doesn't look easy. Okay, lower. Now I do have the GPS mod installed that helps you steer in straight lines, but I haven't used it in a long time, and I don't remember what all their controls are. So I'll just do it like this. And just try to drive straight and not miss any big spots. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the cultivation to get done. Otherwise, I'm just gonna end up causing a collision. All right, so let's just line that up here. Oops. All right, and we'll wait for the recultivation to finish. And now I think the volume is too low. Let me turn up the sound again. That's better. You gotta admit, these hired workers have great posture. Look at that. Okay. Let's see how our animals are doing. Okay, the pigs are already making a mess. And as you can see, they consume their consumables pretty rapidly with seasons active. Normally you would be able to feed them for 5, I think up to 5 in-game days, but with seasons it only lets you go, I think, 2 days. Dr. Von Panda asked a question about YouTube. I don't usually record more than one at a time. Hey, Lanesta. Usually I'll just record one video and then I'll start to process it. And then I'll upload it that night, and it'll be ready to publish by the following morning. Sometimes if I have extra time, I might sit down and record a couple at once, but usually I just do one at a time. There used to be a time where I would record several episodes, and I would have, maybe 4 or 5. I would maybe have 4 or 5 episodes recorded in advance of what I was publishing, and I would just do a batch of them, and then publish one each day, and then that way, that was when I was trying hard to have a video every single day. And that way, if I had a day or two where I didn't have time to record, I could still put a video out. But the problem with that is it increases your latency for responding to comments, you know. So you might be 5 videos ahead, and then somebody will have a suggestion for something you should do or something you should explain, and it's going to be like 2 weeks before they see your explanation. So I think it's a little better for the audience if you try to keep it as close to real time as possible. So that's why I just do one at a time, and I don't really try to do daily videos anymore, just because it was getting to be a bit of a grind for me to have to do something every single day. And really what I found is that a lot of the viewers didn't really mind if I was putting out a video every day or not. You know, I think a lot of them didn't really have time to watch every day. So now I just try to put out 2 or 3 every week, and that seems to be good. I should really probably try to do more. Maybe 4 or 5 a week is the sweet spot. Hey, Sir Kavan. Who's this Tublex guy? Yeah, thanks for checking out the stream. Good morning, Lunesta. Yeah, exactly. Quality over quantity. Yeah, every once in a while I'm going to stream as Tublex. And we'll play Fortnite or something like that. Okay, cultivator is done. Yeah, I thought about doing a stream once in a while where I play a game that I know I'm gonna really suck at, like a first-person shooter of some kind. I don't have the reflexes for that anymore. The first game that I ever really got involved in was Unreal Tournament, like back in the day. But I stink at it now. Ah, okay. Yeah, you know, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do at least one stream on the weekends in the morning. Because I know a lot of my viewers on YouTube are in Europe, and there's, to a lesser extent, there's some in Asia as well. So I wanted to make sure that I had a stream that they would be able to catch. Oh yeah, I'm really behind. Whoop, excuse me. I need to adjust my microphone. I'm really behind on my emojis. I know I owe you guys. I owe you guys more emojis on Twitch. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and my weekday streams, they're at 8 o'clock my time. You know, that's a little bit late for me, but LM Sharf, thanks for the follow. And Sir Kavan, thank you for the sub. There it goes. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I was saying it's the weekday streams are even a little bit late for me. You know, they're like 8 to 10 my time. but I wanted to make sure that I had time to have dinner and everything, spend a little bit of time with the family before I disappear for 2.5 hours. And thanks for the follow, Senor. Okay, we are done planting here. Let's fold this up and switch over to... Oh, crap, what am I doing? I'm unloading seed. That's not what I intended to do. I'm going to have to reload those pallets. Just made pallets appear out of nowhere. What I was trying to do is change the seed to soybeans. There we go. Kavan. Okay. And what were you saying before, Cy Davies? I swapped out the liquid fertilizer for manure. Oh, okay. The workers can turn easier. Yeah, you know, for these fields are really small, and or at least the ones that I'm working right now. So the equipment that I'm using in these fields is really a little too much. It's too big. This equipment is too big for these little fields, but once we get into the other ones, it'll be good. Why is stream chat censored but not what goes on the screen? Oh, I don't know. I might have missed something.Inoom, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Conwolf, hello. Glad you could make it. Yeah, and what goes on screen? Hey, Conwolf, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. What goes on the stream is probably showing up there. Maybe it's before the bot takes effect. Yeah, in fact, I'm sure it is. So, I ought to be careful about that. Let's see what our status says. Okay, so it says planted again, so we'll see if tomorrow, hopefully these will start to grow. I think they will, since the conditions are okay now. And actually, let me check. Okay, nitrogen is bad. Yeah, this was the field that we had problems before with fertilizer, so I still need to fertilize this field when it's finished. Oop. Actually, I probably should have just put fertilizer in the seeder to do this field. Didn't think of that. So I'll just come through with the sprayer when it's done. Yeah, and this sprayer is absolutely way too big for this field. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go park this one, and I'm going to buy a smaller sprayer to use on the smaller fields. Because this one is just, it's a problem to use it. because of how big it is. I'll park it over... I'll park it down here. Okay. Let's go to the store. Let's look for crop protection. Okay, and this one's 21 meters, and that one is 24. That holds 2,200. This one holds 1,300. Yeah, so I think I'll buy this one here. It's 35 grand. Which I really shouldn't be spending. And now I need to reset it, so I don't have to go pick it up. Where's the store again? Oh no, maybe I don't have to do that. Where does my new equipment show up? I don't remember. Oh, it's down here. Well, this is the reset point anyway. Where the heck is the shop? Yeah, I can't see any of my equipment on the screen now. There we go. Okay. There's the shop. Actually, I have a mod that I need to set up for this map that, yeah, thanks. I have a mod that will automatically deliver stuff to the farm for a fee, which is probably more realistic than me just resetting everything. So I'll get that installed on this map. Okay, and now I see it down there. Alright, so this will be much more, or much easier to maneuver on those small fields. Do I need to come this way? Yeah, I think so. Okay, thanks for coming by, Sir Kavan. Yep, hope to see you on another one. Okay, and we got a little bit of a traffic jam over here. Trying to do too much at once on this little field. Alright. Get this out of the way. Let's go wash this stuff off and get it put away. Okay. Looks fairly clean. great demand at U.S. Dairy. This would probably be a good time to sell that milk that I'm sitting on. Except I don't have a container to transport it in. So it's probably not worth it. We'll wait until we have cows. If we have cows, I don't know. That might be a lot. That might be a lot of work for one person to be growing crops and have sheep, pigs, and cows. Okay, so that one's good. I think I'm going to sell that pickup truck. I never use it. Okay, let's put this away. Yeah, exactly. This is what I really want a worker for, is to clean my tractors and put everything away. The workers do all the fun stuff, and I get stuck with all the menial chores. This one is not really that dirty. I'll just put it away. Yeah, there is multiplayer. And that might be something that we do for a future stream, especially on one of the big maps. You know, like if we do a big map like Flint Hills a lot on the stream, we could maybe do that multiplayer and have some of you guys join me. I would need to set up a game server someplace in order to run it. Okay. Oh, Cy Davies, good question. Can we use the water tank to move milk? Let's see. No, this tank will only hold liquids. Let's see. Animals. Hey, the Predator. I don't know if I said that right, but thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Here we go. Here's a milk tank. 25 thou. That holds 8,000 liters, which is less than what we've got. I could lease it. Let's do that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that stainless steel. Let's lease it and sell our milk. Okay, and I'm going to slow down time to 1x so I don't miss the great demand. Yeah, we'll do multiplayer farm sim one of these days, and maybe multiplayer Factorio. Although I have to admit that I'm less enthusiastic about multiplayer Factorio. YoSox8, thanks for the follow and welcome. Okay, you know what? Let's get this guy going. Let's unfold my junior-sized sprayer, and I think a worker ought to be able to manage this. And it's still not working. I don't know if this field is bugged or what the heck is going on. Look, it's not spraying anything. I'm gonna have to ask Stevie about that one. I don't know if that's a bug or if I'm doing something wrong. I couldn't fertilize it before and I still can't. Look, and it says nitrogen bad. Why won't it let me put it down? Yeah, well, you know, Lanesta, I've had this problem before, so I'm not sure. Like, it's not just this game. Yeah, and if I turn it on, it just doesn't spray anything. Hey, infantryman, how are you? Well, that's a bummer. And I bought that sprayer just to do that. Okay. Well, let's go sell some milk. I'm doing well, thanks. Glad you could come by. I don't know if you're into Farming Simulator, but oh, okay. That's interesting, Conwolf. I think I did use Courseplay last time. So maybe that's what the problem is. I guess, you know, hopefully it'll work better next year. Yeah, I will try that. Good idea. I'll try that. Okay, so what I'm doing now, for those of you who just joined, even though I don't own any cows presently, when I bought this farm, there was still some milk in storage. And the dairy is offering good prices, so I'm going to try to sell this milk. I think this is where I get the milk. Huh? Milk 0. What? Oh, yeah. Milk 0. Didn't I see milk somewhere? Oh, that's homogenized milk. Maybe it's in my silo. Yeah, 10,000 liters of milk. Okay, well, it's not there. It must be in the silo, which is weird. Incredibly weird. Let's see. Oh, Corlex milk. That's for your blue science packs, right? Nice. Alright, let's see if I get milk out of this thing. Okay. Well, realism is gonna have to be temporarily suspended here while we get milk out of our grain silo. Okay, so now we need to drive to the dairy. Let's see where the dairy is. Okay, so yeah, we need to head down the road, go south, and then west. So this will be a good chance for us to see some of the map. Oh, this way? No. Yeah, that's right. I have to go around this field. Oh, okay, I didn't see the liquid tank. Alright. Well, you know, the reason I like Stevie's maps is because of convenience more than pure realism, so. He's got everything in one place. You don't have to futz about a lot with storing and buying things, moving pallets and all that sort of jazz. You can focus more on the farming aspect, which is what I like. See, Black, you got a new steering wheel? Okay, turn right. I turned off traffic, because the traffic in this game is terrible. Hold on. Look at this. Here is... Alright, so this is a sell point. but there's also a purchase point here. Which is good, especially if you want to work on these fields. I would like to get some bigger fields at some point. But yeah, you could buy seed and fertilizer and stuff here. And I'm guessing you can buy slurry and manure here as well to work these fields. So that'll be an interesting option. Let's see how much money we get from this milk. And then we can decide if it's worth picking up the other 2,000 liters. Right? And here's a couple places where you can put storage sheds. So if we were to buy field 20 at some point, field 20 is 13 hectares. 800 grand. That's compared to field 6, which is 6.67, 13. And just for comparison, my field on Flint Hills is over 100 hectares. And we're gonna play on that one in a little while. Question for those who are here right now, would there be interest in doing Factorio on a Sunday stream? I've been kind of dedicating this to Farm Sim, but again, knowing that we've got people in Europe who normally can't attend my other streams, it might be good to switch up the games on Sundays. Alright, where do I take the milk? I didn't see the unloading point. I guess it's here? Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, we're getting a decent amount of money for this. It should more than make up for the lease cost of the trailer, at least. Okay, so we got 16K. So that's about 2,000 per liter. Or, no. About 2,000 per 1,000 liters. Sorry, 2,000 per liter would be pretty sweet. So I think it's probably not worth a trip to sell the other 2,000 liters. I'll just keep those. Keep some milk in my silo. Okay. Alright, so maybe I'll just do a rotation on Sundays. Or maybe I should do a rotation. Well, I can't do a rotation every day, but maybe I just don't do the same game on the same day every week. I'll have to figure something out. I have 3 days of streaming. If I had a 4th game, then I could just, or if I had 2 games, I could rotate between those 2 on the 3 days, and then it would change up every time. Yeah, I hear you, Conwolf. It's yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's great for convenience, but not so much for the realism. So we'll do a different map. Actually, I've been seeing some reviews for, there's a new map coming out. It's called, I think it's called Maxwell or Markswell, Wisconsin. and it looks really, really good. So I'm probably going to switch to that map when it's released. Should be released around New Year's Day. Cy Davies, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Zerzinda, Factorio Friday and Sunday and Farm Sim Saturday. Yeah, that would be a good schedule, but I can't do 3 days in a row. My wife would not appreciate it. Okay, let us return the tank. If I can find it. I don't think it's down there, is it? You know, I'm going to sell this baling equipment too because I don't intend to use it. Not on this map. You don't need to do bales on Stevie's maps. Oh, X, leased items. There we go. Return. Thank you very much. Okay, so we got a little bit of extra cash. Yeah, let's sell off a few of the things that we don't need. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll keep that. Okay. Yeah, so the lizard, the bale wrapper, I don't need. The bale stacker, I don't need. The baler, I don't need. And I don't need that pickup truck either. So let's sell that off. What's this? Oh, okay, that's my potato topper. I do need that. All right, we'll sell the... Or should I keep the pickup? No, I don't need the pickup. If we need to zip around the map quickly, I'll get a Mahindra or something. Okay, there's 212 grand right there. Oh, that's cool. So you're active in the agriculture industry, huh? So you can tell me all the things that I'm doing unrealistically when I play this game, because I'm not. All that I know about farming is what I've learned from playing this game, pretty much. All right, so let's try manual application and see if that helps. So we are growing soybeans. Let me check my visual aid here real quick. So soybeans on silty clay. Actually, soybeans. Oh. Soybeans do not require fertilizer. Soybeans add nitrogen to the soil. They don't take it from the soil. That is why I'm not applying any fertilizer to the field, because it doesn't need it for soybeans. Because soybeans are a legume, and those add nitrogen to the soil instead of depleting it. At least that's my understanding. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I'll just park this sprayer over here off to the side, next to this little dumpster thingy. No, lower. There we go, and unhook. Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like to see that. All right. So I think we're pretty much done for the day here. Let's check here. Yeah, let's take another look at our animals. Pigs are doing okay. You know, we'll need to feed and water and put straw again tomorrow. but I think we're good for now. So I'm going to fast forward a day. I try not to zip past midnight because midnight is when the game does all its calculations. There we go. And sometimes if you try to fast forward through midnight, the game gets confused. Okay, 6 a.m., midsummer. Let's see how we're doing now. All right, it still just says planted, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe the game still needs more time to catch up. But these two fields, it seems like I may have missed my chance for a crop this year. Okay, no, this says germinated. Okay, so corn is germinated, and there we go, soybeans. Yay, soybeans are growing, and corn is growing. Okay, we just had to give the game a little time to catch up. That is great. Okay, good. So we have some growth. We have weeds again. So let's get our sprayer out again, and we'll spray some herbicide. Hey Jedi, greetings. Glad you could stop by. All right, so what do I have over here? I think this is herbicide. Yeah, that's herbicide. So I just need to unload. I need to unload the fertilizer. And let's fill it up with herbicide. And we'll get those two fields done, and then we'll be in good shape. Sorry about that, Dr. Von Panda. It's got a limit of 200 characters. So it would be like a long tweet. And Conwolf, you can share those in general. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, it's not, the bot doesn't discriminate. And I've got narrow tires, so that should be good. And I am going to use coarse play for this because hired workers can't do herbicide. Actually, do I have a course for that? No, I didn't save a course. Alright, so we'll have to make a new one. Field 3, no headland. There we go. Quick and easy. Oh, okay. Rise of Skynet begins, yeah. So, Dr. Von Panda, you've been avoiding oxygen not included. I haven't done that in a couple weeks yet, but yeah, I think I haven't been doing this long enough to see what the general interest level is for the different games I'm playing. I know that so far Factorio brings in the most viewers. just because I think that's what people know me from. But you know, one of the purposes for the stream. Oh, is it going to collide? Oh, you dummy. Okay. Stop. Let's see. There we go. I guess I should have done a headland. Let's see if it, hopefully it'll make it here on the end. Zerzinda, you're upgrading from 15, right? So yeah, I would probably get premium edition. If it's only $35, I mean, I think it's worth it. I don't have the Alpine DLC, so I haven't tried it, but it looks pretty cool. Okay. Barely made it around the turn there. I'll just wait for it to get to the end, and then I'll take over for the last row. And then I think I'll probably just do the other field manually. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal for $35. You get all the DLC and everything. I have the Platinum. I think the Platinum is what gives you the class equipment pack, right? I think that's worth it because there's some good equipment in that pack. In fact, what I wanted to do one of these days, I wanted to do like a class exclusive map. Maybe I'll do that. Well, yeah. I'm just not sure what map to do that with. Because I think the class equipment is not quite so common in the US as it is in Europe. And right now I'm just playing on US maps, so should probably stick to John Deere and New Holland and Case for the US stuff. I have seen some class equipment around where I live, but it's not terribly common. Mostly what I see is John Deere. Okay, so that field's done. And let's just do field 2, and then I think we're good until harvest. Oh, we got to take care of the animals too. Can't forget about them. I got to figure out how to use my GPS mod again. Actually, let's see. Maybe I can tell from the key controls. Here we go. Yeah, GPS. Left Alt-C to turn it on and off. I think we can figure this out. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, and actually the class equipment I've seen in my neck of the woods were forage harvesters as well. Maybe I should just turn off the long message bot. Because I think it's so far I think the long messages have only been deleted for you guys, like, you know, for the real supporters. I know it's supposed to stop people from spamming the chat channel, but it seems like I'm just getting rid of legitimate messages more than anything else. Maybe I'll turn it off. Yeah, so I'll get the GPS steering set up here. We do have to install GPS modules on all the tractors for it to work. Oh, okay. I was just looking at my money and I was thinking, where did I get all that money from? And then I remembered that I sold some equipment. Yeah. Yeah, just until then. Just until I'm number 1. Then we'll turn it back on. I mean, that's only, what, a couple of weeks? Probably a couple of weeks from now. Cruise control. There we go. I got a new controller. It's basically the same as the old controller, but newer. Because my son was always taking my game controller to use on his PC. Just because he plays a lot of games that are ported from console, basically. So the way the hierarchy works in our house is that when new computer equipment is needed, I get it. And my son gets the takeoffs. Oh, really? Well, you know what? I didn't get the Elite one, so no harm done. I just got the regular one. And my drifting problem has gone away. Although I think with the other one, probably if I just ran the calibration again, that might have fixed it too. But the new controller's working great. So let me finish this field, and then I'll go into my bot settings and turn that thing off, and we'll see how it goes. As long as people don't start like making the entire screen disappear with messages, I think we'll be okay. Let's see here. Cloudbot mod tools. Paragraph protection. Okay, we'll turn that off. Okay. Fields are good to go. I can't see Discord right now, but I'll check it out when I'm done here. Actually, you know what? Let me empty this out over here. There we go. And that way, whichever stuff I need to use next time, I'll be able to just load it up. Okay. Okay, I need to move that pig food out of the way so that I can clean up. Let me get my... Here we go. Let's go take care of the animals. How's the weather up in New Hampshire? Pretty cold, I imagine. I have a brother that lives in Connecticut. Let's see, here's water. Nice. We refill the water so we can give some to the sheep too. And probably at some point we're going to want to get a bigger water tanker once the animals start multiplying. Oh, wow. Should I water? Yeah, you know what, let's put some water in the greenhouses too while we're here. Yeah, because I think they actually will produce with just water, but they produce more with manure added. Ooh, and they take a lot of water, don't they? Okay, let me take care of the sheep first, and then we'll fill the greenhouses some more. I don't want the sheep getting thirsty. See if I can turn around here. I'm not very good at backing up. There we go. All right, we can see more. Yeah, not a lot of wool. Like I said, they don't make a lot in the summer, if any. Well, tell your mom we said hello. And I'll just dump the rest of this water into the second greenhouse. Ah, pumpkins. So we got pumpkins there, we got carrots. Let's see what the third one is. Maybe it's lettuce. Whoops. There we go. Now loading these with manure is a little bit more challenging because you have to use the bucket loader. And that one's watermelons. Okay, let's see what else they need. So the sheep are doing fine. They got enough food. Oh, and this is the other cool thing about sheep. In the summer, you don't have to give them grass because they graze on the grass in the field. So you don't have to feed them very often, except in the winter. Pigs are almost out of food. So let's feed the pigs and then move that trailer out of the way so that we can clean it. And we'll give them more straw as well. Okay. Oh, and then we can see over here. I think we should be able to see how much manure and slurry we have. No, it doesn't show up. Maybe we can see it. Nope. Can we see it here? Yeah. So we can see we have 2,500 manure and 77 liters of slurry. Not a lot. Hansi Balloon, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Just got to clean up our pig pen here. Looks like I dumped some on the ground that didn't get... Oh, you know what? Yeah. I gotta pick this up again. I guess it's better to clean first and then feed, because now the food is full and I can't dump that out, so I'll just have to wait here until they eat more. Okay. So I think we're done with Midsummer. SRB 54, good morning. Glad you can make it. Welcome. So let's fast forward to the next day. There we go. Okay, yeah, look at that. See, I got 64 grand in property income. Where are my finances? Where did all that come from? Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're looking at Friday in game time. We spent 252 on maintenance. We got 64,000 on property income, which I assume is from the windmills plus the greenhouses. That's quite a lot. And we could pay off our loan. Let's pay off the loan. I don't really need the money right now. And that'll save us a little bit of money on interest. And then, you know, if we need more cash, we can always borrow it back again. Hansi Balloon, the map is Lakeland Vale 3 by Stevie, which you can get on Stevie's Facebook page. Pardon me. And I think the Facebook page, I think it's called... Oh, I can't remember. Farming Simulator Mods or something like that. All right, let's check if we can harvest anything yet. Yeah. We can harvest field 6 today. Those are our oats, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get some sunlight. There we go. All right, so let's do a harvest. Oh, look at our alfalfa. Very nice. Okay, so time to fire up the harvester, which we haven't used yet. And it's a big one. One of the biggest ones in the game. See if we can remember how to get to field 6. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go around. Oh, looks like field 4 is ready to harvest too. See, I'm just not giving the game. What? No, it's not ready to harvest. This is my wheat. I guess it needs to go a little bit more. Yeah, it's still growing. So maybe that'll be ready to harvest next time. So I think we'll harvest field 6. Or at least get the harvest started. And then when we get done with that field, we can switch over to Flint Hills for a little bit, so you guys can check that one out. Field 6. This is the stop for field 6. Okay, and I think I'll start at the far end of the field so that we work our way closer to the farm as we progress. Alright, so we'll pull the header. That tree is not in the best spot. Get the header as close to aligned as we can. Alright, and then we unfold this one. Hook that up, then we have to fold the header, get it out of trailer mode. And then we should be good to go. Assuming the moisture is just right. Let's see. Oh, I didn't buy the analyzer thingy. Here, let's do that. Need one of those. There we go. So now we can analyze. There we go. Yeah, so we can see that everything is good to go. You can see the moisture level and stuff like that. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'm sure hooking these things up is no easy task. Okay. No. We're a little bit misaligned here. I don't want to miss the edge of the field. So let's put it there. Okay, I'm going to hire a worker. Do I want the swath? Yeah, I guess I'll keep the swath. We'll get a lot of straw that way. Probably more than I really want, but... Okay. So, while that is taking place, we'll get in our trusty Fendt and we'll pick up the grain cart. So that we can unload the harvester. Yeah, that's true. You could always sell the straw. Okay. So do we use the little tipper? It's not that little. Or do we use the big auger wagon? Let's use the auger wagon. I'm not sure how much this holds, but it might be able to hold everything that comes off of that field. And then we'll take the truck and trailer down there as well. So what we'll do is we'll unload the harvester into this thing, and then this can go over to the side of the road and load it into the truck, and then the truck can take it to the silo, or in this case maybe we'll just take it directly to the sell point. We'll see what kind of distances are involved here. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So Conwolf, tell me, if I'm using an auger wagon like this that's got tracks, I'm assuming it has tracks to reduce soil compaction. Would I want to be pulling it with a trailer or with a tractor that has tracks as well, or does it not matter that much? Like if I've got wide tires? Okay, so we'll get him situated. Okay, we're only about half full, so once this gets to the end and turns around, then we'll drive next to it and unload. And the goal here would be, you know, ideally you're going to never let your harvester get completely full, because then it'll stop. So we're going to try to unload it before it gets completely full, so that it'll just continue running nonstop and get the field done faster. Okay. Thanks for that explanation. Appreciate that. So you learn a little bit more every day. And when I retire from my day job, if I can, you know, I can go maybe work part-time at a farm. And they'll ask me what experience I have, and I'll just show them some videos from my stream and say, look how much I know about farming. Okay, let's hop out. And then get ready to go here. Take off the cover. Why are you turning around that way? Alright, well, it's not destroying anything. Okay, and I'm going to set my cruise control to 6 miles an hour, since that's the speed that this runs at. And let's see if I can get next to it before it gets full. There we go. Turn on the cruise. A little bit slower. There we go. Should back up a little bit. There. Yeah, thanks. This is what years of practice does for you. Okay, and then we can stop. It's pretty much emptied. And we'll let it keep going. Alright, let's go get our truck. And I think this is the first time we're gonna use this bad boy. The Lizard Warrior. Hey, my corn's growing. That's a good sight. I'm much better at driving in this game than I am in Factorio. Cubiclaw, the stuff on the ground is straw, and we're going to pick that up later on. So it does have value, because our animals need straw. The pigs need straw on the ground. Cows need straw on the ground, and they also can have straw in their feed. So, and that's one of the reasons why we plant the crops that we do, because that's a useful byproduct. Oh, wait, what am I doing? This one doesn't come on the field. This one stays on the road. My bad. So I'll keep the truck over on the road, because realistically the truck wouldn't have tires to be driving on the field. Okay, so we'll park over here, roadside. And we can actually stay on the road since it's our farm. We own this part of the road. Yeah, remember what you guys were saying about my driving skills? Okay, and open the cover. There. Oh, okay. Good. So let's go on the side of the field. Just can't drive on the field, because we'll sink in and get stuck, and also mess up part of the field. Okay, now we don't want to be in an area where the harvester needs to turn, so I'll come down here and then I'll turn around. And try to stay out of the way. I'll back it up. There we go. Okay. Park it right there. And let's get ready to get another load from the harvester. Now it looks like this grain cart can hold, let's see, if 14,000 is 20% full, times 5, 50, 70,000 liters. So, like I said, I'm sure we'll probably be able to collect this entire field without having to unload this wagon. Alright, so we pull up alongside again. Set the cruise. And we're getting our grain. Actually, I'm not going to sell all this. I'll put some of this in the silo that we can use later for pig feed. Okay. Let me double check that. I think... Oh no, the pigs don't eat oats. Oats can be used for horses. But I'm not going to do horses. Well, let's go unload this just so you guys can see how the auger wagon works. So the auger wagon has a pipe similar to what the harvester has. So between getting loads from the harvesters, you take the auger wagon, which is struggling to get up this hill, and you take that over to your transportation vehicle and unload into it like that. So ideally you would have a team, and then when the truck is full, it can take it to the silos and empty it out, while the grain carts continue collecting from the harvesters to keep those running. And it looks like this grain cart even holds a lot more than what that trailer does. Pull the pipe back in, and then we're ready for more. Yeah, and this one's has two separate compartments, which I'm not real crazy about, honestly. I would prefer just to have one big one to make it easier, but it's got two separate compartments. Looks like each one holds 30K. So let's see what the price of oats is, or what the price of oats are. No, what the price of oats is. Price is singular. I think those are the oats. Is that right? Yeah, wheat, barley. I think those are oats. And it looks like Jeeb's Mill has the best price right now. $14.40 per 1,000 liters. And Jeeb's Mill is the one that is very close by. So I think I will, once the truck is full, I'll just drive it over to the sell point rather than putting it in my silo. Save ourselves a trip. Oh, wow. And what is the purpose of having multiple compartments? Is it just to keep the load from shifting around while it's driving, or is there some other reason for that? We could start collecting straw as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and you know what? We should be able to see our yield map now. All right, so we can see some places where the yield was a little bit low. We can see where it was, actually in this case, looks like above 100%. It's hard to match up these colors unless you do it like that. Yeah, 125% is that the darkest bit of green there. And then at the end, you'll be able to get an accounting for your field. You can see, how much money you've spent on your fertilizer and your seed and everything, vehicle maintenance, how much you paid your workers, and then how much you got from your crop. And then you'll know how profitable your field was. Now, in my case, it's always going to be highly profitable because I'm playing with easy economy, which gives you, the highest prices for the crops, which is not that realistic, but usually I play with those settings just because I like to have money to buy different types of equipment and stuff. It just makes the game a little more fun for me. Yeah, I think you don't want the game to too closely resemble your job, right? All right. Well, why don't we start picking up the straw? What machine should we use for that? Let's use... No, you know what? Because of the hill, I think I'll want to use a larger machine. So we'll use the case here. I'm going to go put fat tires on it. And then we'll get our straw wagon. Go to the workshop first. All right, do our maintenance. Go to customize. Yeah, we'll put on the global positioning system. That'll allow us to use the GPS steering. Looks like I've already got the most power I can get out of it. Oh, I can put crawler track on this one. That's cool. I wonder if that changes my top speed. No, it doesn't. Well, anyway, I think wide tires with wheel weights would probably be okay. And then we got to pick up our weight again. I don't think you could pick up the straw by hand in this game, nor would you want to answer the second part of your question. Oh, and I'm going to keep the rake and the tedder because I am going to want to make hay at some point. Am I going the right place? Yeah, straw's over here. Alright, let me check on my combine real quick. Okay. Now we got time. Does it need to be emptied right away? Ah, okay. Yeah, I was going to say 300 hours, you're still beginner. No, I'm just kidding. You can do a lot in 300 hours. All right, I'm going to empty out the straw that I have in here now, so that we have an empty wagon to start with. Okay. Tell you what, let me turn that off. Let's empty out the combine, and then I'm going to take a short break. And that'll give you guys a chance to take a break too. Big fat goalie. Yeah, there's, well, with the right amount of mods, you can get into some of the details of your soil. So for example, with the precision farming DLC that I'm using now and the seasons mod, you can do things like crop rotations. You monitor the pH and nitrogen levels of your soil, things like that. It's not super realistic, but it does, it does guide what you do in the game. You have to plow your fields periodically, things like that. So, just to give you an example, here you can see, here you can see your different soil types on your field. You can see your pH, which you can adjust by adding lime. You can see your nitrogen levels, and that shows your yield. And then on this screen, you can see if your field needs to be plowed or not. I think every 3 harvests or something, it'll tell you have to plow your fields. You get weeds, which you need to control somehow. So, seems fairly detailed as far as I'm concerned. Oh, okay. So, Conwolf, you're not doing like dynamic application. You just kind of average it out for the whole field. I'll empty this out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, this playthrough, I guess, is probably pretty heavy on technology for the size of farm that this represents. But okay. All right, so we'll unload this there, and then we'll start filling up that second compartment. Okay, let me switch over to the harvester so you guys have something to watch, and I'm going to take a break here for a couple minutes. I'll be back shortly. Okay, I am back. And it looks like we're almost full here. And in this case, I'm going to have to reposition the harvester because the pipe is on the crop side and I don't want to run through the crops and destroy them. So wait for the straw to finish dumping. And let's see. Do I have to press H? Okay, why can't I move? Dismiss worker. There we go. It wasn't working for some reason. So I'll just do something like this. Get the pipe out. So I got about 45 minutes left. Do you guys want to see Flint Hills, or you want me just to keep going on this map? I'm thinking about just staying on this map until the end of the stream. But it's up to you. I could show you the big field if you want to see that one. Okay. Okay. I'll put the pipe back in. I can turn that off. And then we'll get a line back up. I can never line it up perfectly, but I'll try to get fairly close. Turn the worker back on. And off we go. And I left the beacons on, but that's okay. Doesn't hurt anything. Ah, okay. Do you like that map? The Welker Farms map? I haven't tried that one, but I've heard of it. Actually, I think I've seen... They have a YouTube channel, don't they? Okay. Yeah, the fields on Flint Hills are kind of too big too. I would say it's probably better for multiplayer. I mean, I think it's too big to do streaming. I think because even if you get a couple machines running simultaneously, it takes so long to complete one task on one field that I don't think it would be that interesting for other people to watch. Whereas with a map like this, where the fields are much smaller, you can do a lot of different activities and keeps it a little more interesting. Oh, okay. They got a YouTube advisor? Oh, is you meaning somebody from YouTube started helping them out? Yeah, that's the kiss of death right there. Like when YouTube decides that your channel is big enough that they want to start helping you make it bigger, then that's when your channel's going to start to suck, probably. Alright. This job is actually good to do from cabin view. really should do more from cabin view. It's nice to go back and forth. I used to use Track IR a lot, which basically it's got something that looks sort of like a webcam, but it's just infrared. And then you have this little thing that you put on your hat, which has little reflectors, so the machine can track your head movements, and it works within the game to change your view in the game, right? So when you're in cab, you can essentially be looking around using your head movements. And it's a little unnatural because obviously you can't actually turn your head more than 90 degrees to either side, or else the camera will lose track of you. But it makes it really nice for doing, like, inside the vehicle sort of stuff. You can very easily look around and see what you're doing. Yeah, so this straw harvest is gonna take a while. It's already full, and I've not even gone up and down the field twice. I think we're about ready to unload again. Uh-oh. I may be too late. I might have to... Oh, okay. No, I'll be good. I'll be able to get it on the other way down. See, I could use a YouTube advisor. Not to change my videos, but I need somebody to help me grow my channel more. Truck's almost full. I said I need help to grow my channel more. You know anybody? Yeah. Yeah, that's what... Yeah, I wouldn't be interested in having anybody helping me with my content so much. But like, I'm sure even if I didn't change the content, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I could be doing with my thumbnails and keywords and all that sort of stuff that would get more viewers, but that sort of thing doesn't really interest me, which is why, like, if there's somebody that would just tell me what to do, that would be cool, because then I wouldn't have to research and stuff. Alright, let's see if I can get up this hill. I'm glad I didn't bring the Puma. Oh, yeah, I hate that kind of thing. Wait, didn't I just come from there? No, this is right. Okay. Let's go unload this straw. Yeah, that sucks. The farming or the farm related channel that I like watching a lot is Tractor Spotter. I don't know if you've ever seen their videos, but they make really good videos of farm equipment. And I think it's all in, I think most of their videos are in Holland, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'll unload that there. And let's go and get this guy moving again, and we'll be able to just follow it down to the end of the field, and then the harvest on this field will be finished. And then we can sell off the grain and see what we get. Yeah, I think you're right, C Black. And I think, I think somewhat clickbaity titles are okay as long as you have good content behind it, What I don't like is where you have, where it truly is clickbait, where you click it and then they have a 10-minute video where they spend half the time saying, welcome to the channel, and smash that like button and punch that subscribe button. And then there's 30 seconds of content, and then another 5 minutes of outro. Yeah, exactly. That's annoying. Okay. Harvest is done. So let's bring in the pipe. Let's fold up the header. Whoops, I need to start my engine again. Let us back up a little bit, and then we lower and detach. We fold up the harvester, and then we drive over it and connect it. Okay, and then we're ready to take that back to the farm. All right, so my truck doesn't have enough room to hold all of this, so we'll have to make 2 trips to empty it out. There we go. Okay. So let's take this down to, let's see, where was it that we wanted to go? We wanted to go to Jeeb's Mill. Let's see if the prices have changed. For oats, no, Jeeb's Mill is still the place to go. $60,000 liters of oats. Just in time for my breakfast. Whoa, slow down. This thing doesn't have the brakes that the tractor does. Hopefully I don't hit my sign. Okay. Yeah, and I think this is where we unload it. I've got, like I said, I've got 2 compartments here, so I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, it looks like it unloads one at a time. And then I'll need to switch it to the rear one and then unload that. Marco84, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Okay, then... Let's see. How do I switch? And Zorg Twitch, thank you for the follow. Oh, okay, tip side, rear. There we go. Okay. 43K times 2, so we got about 80,000 for that truckload. Let's go get the rest. Back up a little bit. I was just wondering if I could turn into the field from the road, and it looks like you can up ahead a little bit. But I'll just go this way. Alright, yeah, then I think we'll be able to hold the rest in this front compartment. Let's see, so I need tip side to be on the front. Tip side front, okay. I think we're good. Alright. Close the cover so it doesn't all blow away when I'm driving down the road. There we go. Alright, big money. Okay, so now I think we'll be able to see the full yield statistics for this field now, which are not going to be completely indicative of what we can expect because we bought that field when it was already planted, so we didn't have to spend any money on seed or anything. But I do want to take a look at it. Alright, so I'm going to take the truck over to field 4 because I think that's going to be the next one to harvest. So we'll just leave it there so it's ready. Let's see here. Whoops. Where should I park it? I'll just park it right here by the edge of the field. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, so field 6, earnings 119, minus 8,000 in costs. Like I said, that doesn't include working the field at all since I just bought it, so 116. And what did I pay for that field? About 414,000 is what the field is worth. So looks like it'll take a few years to pay back the cost of the land. It's too bad you can't lease fields. All right, let's open this gate. And we'll park this guy here too. Now I think this is still not ready to harvest. Let's double check. All right. Yeah, field 4 is still growing, so we'll have to wait for the wheat to be done. Let me turn on grass, because I think... let's see, how do I do that? Let me use the mouse. Okay. Yeah, I can cut grass again on field 1. No, Marco. I didn't know there was a field leasing mod. I'm gonna have to look for it now. I think that could be a good addition to this playthrough. Insurance companies. Yeah, that's great. They get you coming and going, don't they? Yeah, it's hard to lose money on land. As long as you can wait. All right, so we'll go get the combine into position. Whoa. And we'll start from the top of the field up here. And I think we're gonna go east and west, since that's the long side of the field goes that way. Actually, I think I'll start here, and I'll do a couple rows on the end to give us... Whoops. No. What the hell? See, there are certain cases where this game just gets ridiculous. Like, what? What? Like, I hit the worker button by accident, and now I have this stupid mess. Let's see. Hopefully I can connect that. Otherwise I'm going to have to reset it. You know, as much as I like this game, every once in a while it does things that are just kind of stupid. Like, you have to, like, I turn the traffic off because the traffic is ridiculous. No, I can't. hook it up there. Let me try to get lined up better. Okay. There we go. Let's fold it up. Now I need room. I need room for my tractors to move, so let's do this. I'll just back it up through this gate and just leave the header sticking out. That'll be a good parking spot for now, I guess. Yeah. Or like the other thing that frustrates me is like the fact that you can't use a hired worker to spray herbicide, because the worker only works where there's weeds like directly in front of it. So you can't apply herbicide to your entire field with a worker. So, and why? There's no good reason for it. It's just because Giant Software never spent the time to make it so that a hired worker can apply herbicide to a field even if it doesn't see any weeds. So you have to use Courseplay if you want to do that, or do it manually. You know, so there's stuff like that where like there's certain mechanics in the game that just don't work, that you have to be willing to work your way around. And I would say mostly it's worth it, but if you play the game a lot, at least for me, I occasionally get to a certain level of frustration. Yeah, and the workers are a lot better than they used to be. They used to just constantly get stuck in the trees and everything. So they are, like when it comes to turning around in the fields and stuff, they're a lot better than they were like in FS15. That's for sure. All right, so we'll just collect some more straw, and then we'll give the animals another round of cleaning and feeding and watering if they need it. And then I think we'll do next Sunday morning we'll do Factorio. For those of you who are not in North America and would like to be able to catch a live Factorio stream. I mean, the Factorio playthrough that I'm doing is going to last probably at least a couple 100 hours, so I don't see any problem with doing a couple streams per week on Factorio. And this load of straw, I think I'm gonna try to sell, because I'm kind of curious to see how much money we get from selling straw. This is going to be, what, 53,000 liters? That's a lot of straw. I need a bigger tractor for this hill. Go, baby. Oh, you know what? Let's take the shortcut. Now that I've got this gate open. And I think we should try to buy Field 7 if we can. For next season. Okay. I might have to... Ah, okay, good. Didn't have to drive on the crops. In fact, are there hedges between 6 and 7? I think there are. I was going to say we could probably even try to merge 6. Oh, this is 7. Yeah, there are hedges. I'm not sure if these are removable or not. Wait, here's 7. Yeah, there's hedges between and trees between 6 and 7, so we can't really merge them. On some maps, you'll have fields that are next to each other, and if there's nothing in the way, you can just plow in between the two fields and merge them into one big one. Oh, okay. I'll check that. That might be a good idea. That'll give us at least one really big field. Okay, now there should be a place where I can sell straw. Ah, it's right behind me. This big straw barn. If I unload it in there, then I should get money for it. Let's see what we get. Looks like nothing so far. Maybe it just calculates at the end. Okay, nothing. Maybe you only get money for bales. That's disappointing. Isn't there a price for straw? Oh yeah, 0. You get nothing for straw, grass, or hay that's loose, so you probably only get money if you bale it first. And I sold my bales, or my baler equipment. Alright, so we're not going to be able to sell the straw. Oh, loose or baled. Okay, so no money for straw, at least on this map. Alright. Well, that's fine. So I'll grab another wagon load or two to put in the silos for the animals, and then I think when we do the wheat on this field, I'll just scatter it on the field. And speaking of mods, there used to be a mod that would, when you scattered your straw on the field, I think it was called the chopped straw mod. You could scatter your straw on the field, and then when you plowed it in or cultivated into the soil, you would get like a fertilization. Excuse me. It would be the same as adding fertilizer to the field. Yeah. I don't know if that still works with seasons and precision farming and stuff. To add nitrogen to the soil, maybe. Haven't tried it lately. Okay, pick up the head so that we can go at full speed. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get that Twitch, that music player going. See if I can get that working again. I think this is a good game to have some music going in the background. Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to use it a lot too. What, C Black? You talking about mod, or are you talking about the music player? Oh, yeah. It's the one that Twitch is offering now. Twitch Soundtrack, I think they call it. So they've got this thing called Soundtrack where they play. You can play music that they have licensed for use on streams, but they didn't license it to be in the VODs, in the recorded videos. So the reason I couldn't get it working right is because it's got to do some sort of trickery where it broadcasts the music when it's streaming, but it doesn't get recorded into the VODs. So, I don't know. I know there are other music players you can use where that doesn't matter, where they're licensed for the VODs too, and so they can get recorded. But then, like, there's one that I know of that you can do that, but then you have to put the now playing. Yeah. So there's other music players that are licensed for whatever. But I heard somebody using it on one of their streams, and the music it wasn't that good, in my opinion. So, you get what you pay for. Okay, let's do one more load of straw, and then let's tend to our animals, and then I'm going to call it a day. There we go. Yeah, let's get in close so you can hear the machine. So before we get to the end, let me know, guys, if you know of another streamer that's active right now that we can raid at the end, so I can drop you off someplace. Lift the pickup. Turn around, and this should give us enough straw to last. Well, I guess we'll see. Hopefully we'll last the rest of the year. We can always buy straw if we don't. But I know in the winter, the pigs need a lot of straw to stay warm. So we go through a lot more straw in the winter than we do in the summer. Come on, baby. Get up there. Get up there. Phew. All right. All right, so the next game day, or in-game day, we should be able to harvest our field of wheat. And what else we grow on? Potatoes. I'm not sure when the potatoes are going to be ready, but those will probably be done around the same time. And then we'll probably have to wait a bit longer for the corn and the soybeans, since we planted those later. Okay. So let's see how much straw we've got stored. We've got 167,000 liters. So that should take care of us for a while. All right, let's see how the animals are making out. Pigs. Okay, pigs are starting to reproduce now. We're going to get another animal in 0.2 years, it says, which is 1/5 of 12 seasons. So like in another game day or so, we'll have another pig, at least one more. Yeah, we need to clean. And the sheep are not reproducing. I think they only do it at a certain time of year. And anyway, they don't have all the food that they need yet. We'll get them the alfalfa soon. So let's just do another round of cleaning and watering. We'll top off the food. Alright, so lesson learned from last time is clean first and then feed. There you go. I wonder if I can hook that trailer up to this thing. It looks like it's got a ball hitch on it. Nope. That's too bad. Oh, that's a pin hitch, not a ball hitch. And look at this mess that the sheep are making. Spilling grass everywhere. Even though they're eating grass off the field. They have to give us some cleaning to do. Okay. And it looks like this is all the wool that we're going to get this year. So we could think about selling it. But let's see, when do we get the best prices for wool? Looks like the best prices are far behind us. So you want to sell the wool. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? That the wool is highest in demand in the spring when you're making all the wool? I would think it would be like in the fall that it would be in higher demand because you're starting to make clothing for winter. But, okay. So you think we should just wait? We'll wait until the spring. We'll get a better price for it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I need another tractor. We'll use this one. This one with the silly looking skinny tires. And we'll get some water. And food. And the sheep will be okay on food still, like I said, because they get grass from the field. Or the meadow, or whatever you want to call it. And it seems like it's worth the time to keep these greenhouses full of water. Since they gave us a pretty decent amount of money. And if you give them manure as well, they'll give you even more. But I just don't have very much of it right now, so we'll hold off on that. Alright, let's see if we can get this turned around here. There we go. So we'll water the animals first, and then we'll fill up the greenhouses. Oh, and I need to give food to the pigs too. Don't want to forget about that. Okay, water for the sheep. Seems like they're taking a lot more water than they did last time. Maybe because it's summer. And they're covered in wool. That's a good question, Art. They haven't sued me yet. Yeah, to make it realistic, they should have workers that, you know, they don't show up on time or they leave early. They miss a big spot on the field. Sometimes they do that. Alright, I'm going to fill up this one in the middle since that one seems to have run out first. And I thought the tooltips... Okay, yeah, the tooltip shows you the fill level. Oh, okay. No, it's just because the game is a little bit deficient in that area. It's just because of the way that the workers are programmed. They don't spray herbicide because they'll only weed, or they only spray herbicide if there's a weed right in front of you. And since most of the time the field doesn't have weeds everywhere, you can't get the worker to get activated. Yeah, right. Alright, I'll put the rest of the water over in this one. Okay, and let's just fill up the pig feed. There we go. Doesn't take much. And then I'll get it out of the way again. Oh, how are they doing on straw? I need to check that too. They probably could use more straw. Yeah, they do need more straw as well. Well, I'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so let me see who else is streaming right now. And we'll find somebody we can go raid. We could raid Colonel Will again. He's doing farm sim this morning. Although we raided him the last couple of times. Let's see who else is doing farm sim. What? Actually, Colonel Will's, he's got more viewers than me. That's not cool. Who else? I see other people streaming Farm Sim, but I don't know any of these other guys. So I think we'll raid Colonel Will again. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everybody. It's been fun as always. And hope to see you all in the next one. Same here, guys. We'll see y'all soon.